I'm 22 years old, guys, and I've never had a job. It sounds bad when you put it like that, right? But what you've got to understand is, guys, through going through school and everything like that, I always knew like the education system was not a trap, but it was never teaching you to become your own self-made person, right? You was always just taught to put your hands up, listen. No, it's not done that way. It's done that way, and certain things like that, you know. And I just, always, when I left school, I was like, what do I want to do apprenticeship-wise? I got kicked out of school at like 15, but then I went to my first apprenticeship, and I didn't know what I wanted to do, so I just found anyone and fucking thought, oh, this window man would be all right. So it's fitting like big windows, and my first job was at a conservatory, like fitting a conservatory, carrying like these big window doors. And this was when I realized, guys, the 9-to-5 life wasn't for me. So this was at 16 years old, right? I went there, I was about an hour in, probably like 9:30. I was working from like 8 till like, and it was like 9:30. I was like, fuck this. I said to the guy I was working with, was sound as well. So looking back, it was a bit cunty of me, but it is what it is. I said to him, I was like, I'm just going to the van and getting a lunchbox. And obviously he's like, yeah, all right. So I went to the van, grabbed my stuff and just ran. Ran to the train station. I didn't just run around, just go for a little run around and come back. I just ran to the train station and after that, guys, it was at that period I knew the 9-to-5 life wasn't for me. It took me an hour to realize that this shit wasn't for me. And luckily at this time, I was still young. So some of you watching this may be around that same age, but a lot of you may have to get that apprenticeship job in order to like fund your lifestyle. But obviously I went down the route of then selling drugs, so I don't recommend that at all. That was going bad for like 2 years, whatever. Quit that shit, then obviously I knew I was always a person who'd always try something. I tried selling clothes, Depop, then selling replica clothes, then I tried other things, selling drugs and shit. And I've always been a trier and doer of many things. I've never been scared to fail. I've never been scared to try things. I've tried multiple things, drop shipping, Amazon FBA, eBay, reselling. I've tried it all, guys, pretty much. I've tried it all, really. But then obviously at like 18 years old, coming on, I found out about trading. And obviously, you fall into this trap of thinking, oh, it's going to be easy money and it's going to be fast money. I was gambling. Pretty much everything I was making from selling, I was just putting into there. So like, yeah, around 17, 18, I found out about trading, and everything I was making from the drug game, I was just using it to fund my gambling addiction, because that is what I had. I had a gambling addiction, and that's what pretty much most of you have, guys, is a gambling addiction right now. You don't have no real edge in the markets. Now, obviously, when I'm coming onto the markets, I have real world knowledge about the pairs I'm trading. I have real understanding of the pairs I'm trading through the fundamentals, and that's when the real game changing started happening, when I started really understanding what this market is. Because it ain't just a market of just technical patterns and ICT patterns, because these markets are really moving, guys. Like, the real reason they're moving is because of the fundamentals. Like, gold doesn't just rally off the back of a wall because this double bottom happened on the chart. It's because of the real world fundamentals, right? So yeah, like I said, guys, I went to a job, I went to an apprenticeship, and this is it, like 17 years old, 16 years old, 16 years old, and then after that I realized the 9-to-5 life wasn't for me. And ever since then, I've never worked a 9-to-5 job. I've never worked for someone. I've always been self-employed. I've always done my own thing. But I think this only works, guys, if you have the drive. Like, a lot of people go to work for themselves and they realize that working for yourself is actually more work than working for someone. Because at least when you work for someone, you go there, you don't have to run the business. You just go there, you do this task, and this task. Then when you go home, you don't have to worry about your job. When you work for yourself, you're always having to think about the next move, whether it's 10 o'clock at night, 9 o'clock at night, and you're the one who runs the business. You're the one has to motivate yourself, because you have no one to work for, no one to work with. So I just do think people have to understand, it's like, only because I don't work for people or never had a job, it doesn't mean you work harder than me. Because I've always been told this when I was younger, hanging around people and stuff. Even now sometimes, well, you don't have a real job, do you? Well, trading the markets is a fucking real job. And to be fair, guys, the market job, the trading the markets job is harder than your job, because when you go to work, you're getting told what to do. I could do that. If I lost everything today and I couldn't trade and I couldn't do anything online, I would literally go and get a job. I would go and get a job, because I'm not a lazy person. I know I would have to make money, and I'm not scared to fucking go and build or do what. I may not be good at it, but as you learn, do you know what I mean? So don't get me wrong, guys. I hate when people say, well, trading's not a job, because it's more than a job. It's a very hard job, in fact, a very stressful job where a lot of money's on the line, and you have to have a lot of mental game in order to become a trader. But I just wanted to make a video on this because now I was looking back the other day and I was like, well, I've never worked for anyone. I'm 22 years old and I've never worked for anyone, and I can't see myself ever getting a 9-to-5 job, especially with the online game right now. I don't think I'll ever quit trading. Like, I've got other businesses I'm working on. I've got a supplement company that I'm working on. Don't know how that's going to do. It may fail, but if it fails, it doesn't matter because I'm starting that, but I'm not depending on the profits to come in straight away because I'm having the trading to fund my lifestyle. But luckily with the markets, with the real world skill I've built through not just trading technical patterns, through actually learning about the markets and the real fundamentals of the pairs I'm trading, that this skill will pretty much stay with me for life. And I'm very grateful for it. And I think with my hard work anyway, I feel like I can do anything. I feel like if I tried to do sales or tried to do drop shipping, whatever, with enough time, I would manage to do it, you know? So I think it's just all about you as a person. Some of you are better off being employees, workers for other people because you don't have the drive to be an entrepreneur. But for me, I knew I had the drive to be the entrepreneur, and I knew I had the drive to run my own businesses. I've never worked for anyone, guys. Take this into account. I've always made everything off my own back, and I was the one there going through the losing all the money period in trading and this shit and learning and putting the hours in. No one put me on. And a lot of people nowadays, they want to be put on by other people because they can't be bothered to put the work in themselves. So don't get me wrong, guys. A lot of you may be thinking about going down the route of becoming an entrepreneur, but some of you may be better off just being an employee. Anyways, guys, this is the video on why I've never had a job at 22 years old. If you are new around here, be sure to subscribe. Like I said, guys, I'm taking the content game serious this year. I'm going to be posting at least 1 to 2 videos a year. Even though I'm trading, as a swing trader, I have a lot of free time on my hands, so I will be putting that free time into getting in good shape. I'm still got a long way to go there, guys, and making content. I'm actually working on a vlog right now, so a vlog will be coming next week. So if you want to see what a week in my life looks like here in Thailand living, be sure to subscribe, guys. I hope you enjoyed the video, and peace.